y'all, welcome back to Simply Carolyn. How y'all doing? And happy Saturday. I hope you guys are doing well. Y'all, my video is coming out a little late because I got so sleepy and so tired I had to go lay down and take a nap. Guess that's what happens when you start getting older. But anyway, I'm coming to you with a seafood boil. We're going to say grace and go ahead and get it in. Heavenly Father, I thank you for this meal that I'm about to receive for the nourishment of my body. Lord, I ask you to allow it to be nourishment and not harm. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. So y'all, I have some crab legs, some snow crab legs. I have some boiled eggs, some corn on the cob here in the bag, some Italian sausages, and some shrimp. And of course, I have my coldest water bottle here on deck. So if you guys would like to get 10% off, I do have an affiliate link down in my description box. Feel free to use it. You will get 10% off your entire purchase. So let's go ahead and get started, y'all, because I am hungry. So I think I'm going... Ooh, this sausage is still hot. Hope it don't burn me up. Y'all look at that. Look at the seasonings on that. It is delicious. And so tender. Just the way I like it. So I have some butter sauce down in the bottom. It's just butter that I melted, and I added some seasonings in it, and I also sauteed some onions. So that's down on the bottom. I hope you guys are having an amazing Saturday. There's an egg. Oh, I'm hungry. This is my first official meal of the day. Yeah, it is. I can never see the time. I think it's going on 8 o'clock in the evening. I'll try to get to my sauce down here. I don't get burned up. The shrimp. I'm going to have and peel them because I don't want to go through the hassle of trying to peel them. I just want to eat. I'm hungry. I do have a story time, but I want to eat a little bit first before I actually get into that. And this sausage is just the Italian, the Walmart Great Value brand. It's the Italian, mild Italian. And it's so good, y'all. I always cook mine, you know, the blue turkey roaster that has the little white specks in it. I have the big one, the medium, and the small one. Whatever I'm cooking, if I want it to be tender, I can use either one of those, and it makes your meat tender. From chicken to ribs, anything, y'all. I'm telling you, you won't go wrong with that. Especially if you're making it in the oven, you will not go wrong. And I cook this in there, and you see how tender it is. I hate to have meat and you bite into it and it's pulley, chewy. I don't like that. It means it's not done. But I'm telling you, those pans will make any type of meat that you cook tender. There go my onions. I'm gonna get y'all a bite of my corn. Go ahead and get your bite. Y'all, I'm biting my corn and the juice flying everywhere. So y'all, I'm going to go ahead and get into my story time because I don't want to make this video too long. So my story time today is from an episode of For My Man, TV1, TV1. So it begins with a lady that had recently been divorced. She's around 51 years old, and she'd recently been divorced. And she was a nursing assistant at a nursing home. So she met up with this guy. That was half her age. She was 25. And y'all, this is a true story. And they said at first they hooked up, they got along good. But of course, after a while, with any relationship, living under the same roof, you're going to start having issues. Anytime you have to share your space with someone else, you're bound to have some type of issue. So anyway, they were hot and heavy at first. And then she found out at the age of 51 that she was pregnant. So like I said, they had been having, bumping heads, having arguments. But after she found out she was pregnant, things kind of settled down. And then she found out she was pregnant with a baby girl. So that made things even better. Both of them was excited. So long story short, the guy gets himself into trouble. He had been back and forth in trouble, but, after they got together, he had showed signs that he was trying to turn himself around. And, she wasn't judging him by his past. She was, trying to just judge him, well, not judge him, but, take him as for who he is as of right now today. So the guy messed around and got himself in trouble. Went back to prison. And I guess the stress from all of that, she miscarried. But she didn't ever let him know that she miscarried the baby. Because at this point, she's thinking, okay, I'm having the baby. He's happy. This could be what I need to turn our relationship around. They help hold it together. So he goes off to jail. She had a miscarriage and lost the baby. She was devastated. She didn't tell him because she felt like if he knew she was no longer pregnant, that he wouldn't want to be with her anymore. So this lady, like I said, she was a nurse's assistant. After she got out of the hospital from having her miscarriage, she got into her car one morning, started driving. And now, this story is a true story because it happened in Walterboro, South Carolina, like out there near Charleston. So she got in her car one morning on the interstate and just started driving. She drove for about 3 hours. She wound up in Jacksonville, Florida. So riding around, she saw a hospital. Mind you now, she had on her uniform because, like I said, she was a nursing assistant. She goes into the hospital and she sees this young girl sitting on the bed with her baby. Just had the baby. I think they said the baby was only 8 hours old. So she went in there posing as a nurse, sat down, had a conversation with the young girl about the baby. So she came up with this lie that the baby needed to have her temperature checked. Young girl, she's 14, 15 years old. She, not her first baby, not really paying any attention, didn't suspect anything. But as the story goes on, it says that the young mother noticed that when the lady took the baby and went out to supposedly have the temperature checked, she had a big pocketbook on her shoulder. Again, she didn't pay it no mind, but then after the fact, when she realized the baby and the nurse never came back, she realized the lady had that purse. So this lady, y'all, had taken this little newborn baby, wrapped it up and put it in her purse, walked right on out of the hospital, drove back to South Carolina, and she began to raise this baby as her own. Now, her family, friends didn't suspect anything because they had already knew she was pregnant. And she didn't tell anybody that she lost the baby. So, time goes by. And when the young lady turned, I think it was 16, she went to apply for a job at Shoney's, the local Shoney's. Of course, when you apply for a job, they need a picture ID as well as a social security number or card. So the young lady couldn't remember her social security number. So of course, the next thing for a young person to do is go to their parent and say, hey, I need my social security number or card, for the job I'm trying to get. Well, it was at that point that the lady that kidnapped her sat her down and told her she had something important she needed to tell her. She went on to tell the young girl that she didn't have a social security number because she kidnapped her from a hospital in Florida. So time goes on by. They never spoke on that situation again. One night, the mother was home in her bed asleep. And when she knew it, the police was in her house. They went to the back of the house, to the bedroom where she was asleep. Now, the daughter had went to spend a night with one of her friends. It must have been on the weekend. So she wasn't there. So when the police, they went in her room, they had guns and all drawn, y'all. They asked her, where was the daughter? And that's when she told them that she spent the night with a friend. And they told her to get up because they were arresting her. She didn't give them a fight. She got up, put her hands behind her back, went on to the police station. So now what happened to spark these events is that the daughter's friend called the police department and told them that her friend had confided in her and told her that she was kidnapped from a hospital in Tampa at birth. So when the police started looking into it, they actually brought the young lady in for questioning. The young lady went on down there. And that's when she began to tell them what her friend had confided and told her. So, they did their investigation according to how old this child was now. The year that she was born. And they checked the local hospitals and with authorities in Tampa to see if there had been any type of, kidnappings during that time or child abductions during that time. And also, on the day that the woman that kidnapped the little girl, when she told her about the incident, she showed her a flyer of a little newborn baby, and it had the newborn's name on it, and it was a $250,000 reward for any information leading to her whereabouts. But of course, when she got the baby that day, she got back in the car and went back to South Carolina. And as the story was unfolding, the lady said she knew one day that she was going to get that knock at her door. When they pulled the records from the hospital where the child had been abducted from, they did see her walking out of the hospital with a handbag, a big bag with the baby in it. They couldn't see the baby, but they seen the bag, so they figured, you know, in order for her to get out of there with the baby, she must have had the baby in the bag. So the lady, when they took her down, she wasn't saying a word. And when they started telling her about the hospital cameras and all the, you know, stuff that they had evidence against her, that's when she broke down and finally decided to confess that, yes, she did do that. So after that, they arrested her. And the people in her neighborhood back in South Carolina said she was a church-going lady. You know, she always had an encouraging word to tell somebody. You know, she didn't look like she would harm a fly, but yet still, she was being considered a kidnapper. She didn't fit the profile as, you know, looking like a person that would do a kidnapping. But y'all, considering the mental state that she was in, had just lost her baby, her husband was about to be coming home. She wanted the baby to show him, hey, this is your daughter. And at that time, when he did come home, he accepted the little girl. And he loved his daughter, but that still didn't keep the two of them together. They eventually broke up. He went his way, paid child support. And she raised the baby, or the little girl, up until age 18. Now, the abducted child, her father had just gotten out of jail at the time when she was abducted. And when they were out doing the manhunt for her, he was out, you know, trying to help. He said, you know what, I already messed up one time and I don't want to mess up again. I got to be involved in trying to help find my daughter. But like I said, the case went cold and they were never able to find her. They ran out of leads. So when they did notify the real parents that their daughter was alive and they had her and they knew where she was, the child was already 18, I think it was 18 or 19 years old. She was already grown. So when they went to trial, they asked the real parent, the real mother, what did they feel like her punishment should be. Y'all, this lady said death. I knew my mouth flew open, y'all, because I'm like, well, she was wrong. She definitely was wrong for, you know, abducting that child, but death is a little harsh because even the father said that he could see that the child had been well taken care of, you know, even though it was not the right thing for this woman to do, but to be in her state of mind, she wasn't thinking clearly. Still no excuse, but the child was well taken care of. So because the girl was 18, I think she was 19 at the time of the trial, they let her decide what she wanted to do. If she wanted to stay with her original parents, had changed her name back to what it originally was. But to everyone in the court surprise, this young lady decided to stay in the town of Walterboro, South Carolina, where she was raised around her friends and, you know, the abductive mother's, you know, family, because they treated her well. She decided to stay there. But y'all, I agree that she should have had some type of punishment, but death was a little cruel. If she had killed a child or had been, you know, mistreated the child during the years, even so, still, I would not say death. I would say, you know, give her a sentence that would teach her a lesson. But it said at the end of the story that the child still went to, she went to visit her abductive mom. She stayed in close contact with them, as well as her real parents. They're trying to bond and create a relationship. But then I understand both sides because they took a lot of firsts away from her that they will never be able to get back. And it said that the real mom, every year on that child's birthday, excuse me, y'all, she would buy a cake. She would slice a piece of cake for herself and a slice for the little baby and put it in the freezer after all those years. I don't know. If it was me, my mindset might would be a little bit different, but I still don't think I would want the woman to have death. That's cruel. So, yeah. I don't want to make this video long, so I'm going to ease my way on up out of here. But I did want to share that story time with y'all. It's just amazing to see things that go on. You just don't know. There's no room for nobody to complain, because when you think you're having it hard or have a issue or a problem, there's always somebody else that's having it a little bit worse than you. I probably would have lost my mind if that would have happened to me, because I was only able to have one child. But still, I have a heart. And yes, I would want her to pay for what she did, but I don't think I would not let it come out of my mouth death. Because I can't give life, certainly can't take it away. That's God's job. But anyway, y'all, I thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you like that little story time. And if y'all would like to see me do more story times, y'all leave me a comment down below. And also, if you are not already subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Come on and join me. Over here at Simply Carolyn, it's just that, Simply Carolyn. No drama. I don't get involved with the YouTube drama or no other kind of drama. I'm too over that, y'all. I'll leave that for you on, kids. Life is too short. You never know when you're going to check out of here. And I don't want to get caught to the point being messy and in drama. It cost me my place in heaven. When it's my time, I want to go. I sure don't want to go to hell. So anyway, y'all leave me a comment. And also, y'all leave down below, what do you think the punishment should have been for the person that kidnapped the child? Do you think it should have been death? I mean, it's just your opinion. I've already stated mine. So y'all leave me a comment and let me know what y'all think. I thank you for stopping by. Y'all give this video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Hit that notification bell so that you are aware each time I upload a new video. I love you guys with the love of Jesus. Y'all stay safe and stay blessed. And I will see you on my next video. I love you all. Good night.